Hey people, it's Kelly of Print Pray Slay, and I wanted to, I guess, go through my Bible. This is my Bible, my favorite Bible. It's my chronological study Bible, and I have been in a sense of goal this year to do a spread a day as far as reading. A spread a day. I started here. That's New Year's Eve. Boom. January. So, yeah, in January. And I am definitely keeping up with it. I'm in 2nd Samuel. And this is just a quick flip through. Just, I guess, to be encouraging. I did go from 1st to the 5th. So you can see that there'll be many times in my Bible that, like, these are all from the 6th day of the year. The 6th, 6th day, and then the 7th day. So I hope you are encouraged to set a goal that you have for your relationship with God and what you want to learn. I'm still doing the same thing I usually do, which is grab 3 highlighters from my pack of Mildliners and use that on each spread. There is a time where I use the same colors consistently because I was so far behind. And I told myself, I said, this is going to signify in my Bible that I spent, days trying to catch up because sometimes during the week, I should be flipping, right? Sometimes during the week, um, I'm not able to keep up with my studies. So what I have been doing is telling myself that I'm going to wake up at 5:30, and at 5:30, from 5:30 to 6, I'm going to read my word, right? And sometimes that happens, and I'm so thankful that I get that time. But then there are times when the night before, so that is what I believe is the kicker. So the night before, if I don't plan, as in, I think this is when it starts. Is this when it starts? No. If the night before I don't plan as if I know I'm going to get up at 5:30 to read my word, it does not happen. Okay? So I want to put that in your ear that the same way you plan to go to work on time, the same way you plan to go to church on time, to catch that plane on time, that is the situation where you should take that same thing into account when you are saying, I want to get up and read my word. I try to read in the beginning of the day and at the end of the day, and like today is a weekend, I'll try to get in there in the middle of the day as well. But this is where everything started. February 8th is when everything started to be the same color because I was like, you know what? I'm not going to keep switching up the colors to signify that I had to stay and catch up. And I wanted to show that to myself. It was just a mental note to myself, where the colors stayed the same for many a day. So you'll be able to see that it starts on the 8th, and these colors continue on until the 12th. So a good little bit. So that means multiple days. I read multiple spreads in the same day is what I'm trying to say in order to catch up. And I'm not reading. This is study Bible, so it has the Word of God at the top and like the study notes at the bottom. So you see these dotted lines. That's where the study notes start. There is also a period of time where I stopped reading the study notes and focus on the Word. Also to kind of, I guess you could say, catch up with my goal, because my goal is to read the Word of God and then spread each day, not necessarily the study notes, but the study notes do help. So there is a section marked by this glittery, what is this, bookmark, where I'm going to go back and read my study notes. But I wanted to know what other people are doing as far as like their goal. Like, do you have a goal? I know some people, I think the most popular goal is to read the Bible in a year. This is my note on the 4th, praying to God about how I'm trying to catch up to keep up with the goal of a spread a day. This year, I prayed, I said, keep me hungry for your word and I will surely achieve my goal this year. So there's a section in here. If I see it when I get to it, where I say I want, and I post, you know what? I posted it on Instagram and YouTube, where I'm saying, after reading a psalm, and we're in Psalms now. So because it's chronological, this is First Chronicles. These are Psalms. You see Psalm 17, 19, 20, 21. Then we have Second Samuel here. So my Bible, it's not like it's all over the place. It's in chronological order. So it's in order by date of happening. And I like that. It's a more seamless story for me. But I did want to say that just in case you were looking at like how we in First Chronicles and then randomly in Psalms, and then we'll go back. I did have a tough time in Psalms. Okay, here's where you see that I didn't read my study notes. Because a lot of it is David in his time of need, that in which he is stressed out, he is scared, he is leaning on God. And a lot of it is different than a story. Psalms is not necessarily a story, it's poetic. And so it reads that way. And so I can say that I honestly had like a little bit of a tough time in Psalms because of that. All the rest of the Bible is written completely different to me than Psalms is written. So I had to like kind of switch my mindset on how to approach the intake of Psalms. Because it's not written in a storyline. It's not like so-and-so did this and then they did this. It's David pouring his heart out to God in a very poetic, beautiful way. And so some of the Psalms are, I guess, repetitive in a sense that he's praying on, I don't want to say praying on the downfall of his enemy, but he's like, Lord, please help me. People are after me. People are saying bad things about me. So that's how Psalms is written. So I had to change my mindset on that so that I can really, really dive into it. This is a note of me praying about my mind. There are a lot of Psalms in here that talked about what you put into yourself is what you kind of get out, is how I took it. So your mindset, like what you think about, a lot of your thoughts and your mannerisms and a lot of that is based on some of the things that you put in. So if you're watching those movies where people are talking about these things and doing these things against what you believe God, or what you know God says you should not be doing, you are feeding yourself that. You are listening to that type of music. You are watching that type of medium. And that, I don't know how it affects you, but it does affect me. So I was praying about like, I need to listen to better music. I need to watch better movies. I need to read more uplifting books, things like that. So basically filling myself more with God, and in addition to God, at least positivity. Like there are definitely other shows and movies that may be secular, but they still pour into you, or keep it really light and fluffy and just pure funny, not the downfall of somebody else. This note is about life being short, because that's what the psalm is talking about. Life being fleeting. Life is fleeting, apart from God, and empty. And so I was making a note about that. I really like this color combination. It just sparked joy for me for some reason. It could be because my favorite color is orange and pink, but it did brighten up, even though I know good and well this is Valentine's Day, it was snowing. Because I was in Deep Creek with my family, and it was definitely not bright. Like these are giving Easter type colors. Easter is coming, Resurrection Day. Okay. So I was able to get out of my little rut here, and that's why it's nice and bright. Yeah. So this is where I was caught up and here. But I also have been watching the Heart Dive on YouTube, and that has given me a lot more study notes. Here are prayers and notes. If you see me writing on the side, I'm defining words. I am praying along with what God has stated in his word. If you see a sticky note, like I have these, not sticky note, well, I guess they are sticky notes, but they're more page flags. These page flags are when you see me have a note like this. Like, so if I have a note like this, I make a tab so I can know to go back to that. If I write a lot, I also put a tab in there. And then if you're wondering about these tabs, I have a video about these tabs, along with that other thing I just saw, this tipping. And these tabs at the top are my books of the Bible. So the tabs on the side, and the tabs at the top, I have a video about those. And here's my little goal right here. It says, oh, you can't see that. It says a spread a day, and a spread a day will have me here. Now, I've had this Bible for years, and for years, I have, if I stop at 25, all right, this is 25. I started in 2019, I think. Is it 19? Oh, you know what I did? I did start this where I wrote down when I started and stopped. So 2018 is when I got into Genesis. And I do highlight to keep track of what I finished reading. So because my Bible is in chronological order, it jumps around. So Job was definitely after Genesis, and then Exodus happened. But this is in traditional order, table of contents, that you'll see highlights throughout. Then I have a collage of my family, which I haven't finished, so I gotta put stuff like that in there. All of this is gonna be filled with pictures. I have a video on how I made these, but I don't know if I released it. I released it in my Patreon, so I think I need to post that, of how I made these tip-ins with palms. They're kind of like dashboards, really. And they have the pom-poms and my, what are these things called? What are these called? Sticky notes. These were sticky notes that were in my shop. No longer in my shop, but you can definitely put any sticky notes on your... I might do some more sticky notes, but I'm just saying that to say that if I turn my Bible to the side, first of all, it's ripping. You see that? Y'all see that? I'm sad about that, but it's a it's very, very sturdy and bound. I think it's sewn together, so I don't believe it's going anywhere. Even if the cover comes off, this Bible is still gonna be, the pages are gonna be together. But this is, what's that? 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. This is 7 years, okay? So in 7 years, this is what I read. And so I felt like I wasn't spending enough time as far as like reading it in chronological order. I definitely pick up the Bible at church, Bible study, family Bible study, all of that. But as far as like reading it straight through, I wasn't consistently reading it straight through. So you can see the difference. And this is 7 years, like 2018 to 2024. And then my goal of 25 is this thick, because that's where my little note is. So if I do a spread a day for 365 days. So I say all that to say that I'm really excited that it's going to seem like I'm going to get through almost half of my Bible, to be honest. And I really want to do that. I really want to, because you gotta, my situation is that I have never read through the whole Bible. And so I don't have a complete story of all the different ins and outs of the happenings within its pages. So there are things that I can cross-reference once I have at least experienced this whole Bible. I haven't experienced it in full, and I want that for myself, which is why I have that goal. I don't want to treat it like this checklist to do, which is why I didn't set myself on, for myself, that would be an unrealistic goal, to read the Bible in a year and really be able to retain the Bible in a year, because I know how my life is set up and the things that are intertwined into my day, where I just don't want to set myself up for a goal that is not a SMART goal for me. Not that anybody else can't do it. I've seen people do it. Like I said, I listened to the Heart Dive. She does it every year. Kamori, I think her name is. I'm sorry if I'm saying it incorrectly. But she goes to the Bible with a Bible study every year for the past, I think, this is her 3rd year. And that is amazing. And she brings other people with her. So my personal goal was just a spread, 365 spreads, which turns out to be like over 700 pages. All right, and today is March the 1st, and I was finished this side, but I did this side March the 1st, and started here March the 1st. So the goal I have here, because I have catch up to do today as well, I have to read 3 spreads. No, I stay here. So 2 spreads today. So this was morning. I did this in the morning because I also had to go back and do my highlights here for my notes and the study notes. I did this whole spread. Excuse me. Excuse me. And then I stopped here. I'm going to read this later on in the morning, afternoon, before bed. And I should be caught up for today, which is March 3rd. March 2nd, I'll start with this and continue on. So there's always going to be, I've seen as myself, there's always going to be some kind of catch up because of my schedule. And that I am completely fine with. If you want to dive deeper into my notes, I do have videos before of doing that. And I think I stopped in Numbers. So, people have a lot of comments on those videos. So I believe I'll go back and do that and finish my studies, in which I go through, tell you why I highlighted, what my study Bible notes say, talk about my post-it notes and my notes on the side. I think those videos are inspirational to a lot of people and may open up people's hearts and eyes to some of the things that I've learned that maybe they can research further and consume on their own. So I'm going to do that. And I really enjoy those videos too. So again, I probably stop this Deuteronomy. Let's see. Ooh, that page is full of. Then I just posted me putting my stick. What are these called? I can't remember the name of nothing. My washi tape. And I think washi tape stopped here. Let's see. Yeah, so this is the last of the washi tape. So nope, this is it. Yeah, this is the last of the washi tape, in which I put washi tape just on these dotted lines or around my pages. I haven't done that since April 2nd of 2024, so it's almost a year. It's like in about a month and a day, it'll be a year since I haven't done that, and I would need to do that for this many pages. So I do need to catch up with that, as well as share my notes, which I think stopped here. The death of Aaron. I have it on my YouTube, but I know it's in Numbers. So I would probably finish up Numbers. After Numbers, you see how it is. Then after Numbers, we got Deuteronomy. Yeah, Deuteronomy after Numbers. After Deuteronomy, we'll go into, it says Joshua. You see Psalm 90 right here, but then you get into Joshua, and that's right before Deuteronomy. I know that my Bible might seem a little confusing, but I love it that way. Because what I also would feel confused about is, like, I was reading in 1st and 2nd Samuel about David, and then they put, I believe they put Chronicles in there, and then through Samuel, both Samuels, and that helps me. First Chronicles. So you see 1 Samuel 29, and then you see 1 Chronicles 12, because they're parallel. And so Chronicles is the same or very similar story. No, it's the same. I think it's the same story that's in 1 Samuel, but it's a different account. Kind of like the Gospels are all for the same story, but in 4 different accounts. So I prefer it like that. I know when I get to the Gospels and it has like all 4 of them on the same page with the same story, that's going to be interesting to see how each book kind of accounts for the same story. And that is why I like it, because to me, if I were to read First Samuel and then go read First Chronicles, I would be a little confused, I believe, because then it was so far later. Like First Chronicles is a ways away from First Samuel, and then there are things that seem to be contradictory in one book against the other, but I can see them next to each other, and then I can study that and understand. Versus, is this what they said at first? Then why are they saying that now? And when I get to those contradictory type things, and I say that because that's what other people call them, but they're really a different viewpoint, so they're not contradictions. The Bible does not contradict itself. I do want to share that with you because I found that very, very interesting. And I think other people see it the same way. So, yeah, I definitely want to dive into here and share my notes and my studies with you. But this was just my flip through of what happened so far this year, January through February. And again, I'm in March. So we started March 1st here. All right, thank you all so much for watching. I do plan on doing my other videos. If you have any other requests, I know somebody asked me to really dive into more about like how my Bible is set up. I definitely can do that. I did the individual videos on my tabs and everything like that, and I do plan on coming out with other tabs, because of course you can see they got tabs in the front and then they got tabs in the back, but there are definitely things to be tabbed in the middle for my Bible. So I will add them in another kit about them. It's just that I didn't want to have a kit with 3 tabs. I wanted to make sure I had enough tabs so the kit would be full, so that you can have a lot to add. Because if you did your tabbing with me, then you have some more to add. This is another pom-pom. Oh, I'm gonna read, and I gotta release this video too. There's lots to do. So this is just it. It's me and my word. Even this has a significance. And I did share that in another video as well. But this is about my 10 Commandments. And why that, and it's specifically significant because it's blue. And that is in Numbers 15 of why it's blue. And I used to sell these. I think, do I have one more? No. I'm looking over there. I have the clips, but I don't have the tassels. But that is all. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate it. I love our little space here on YouTube, and I do plan on posting more videos this year. Thanks so much. All right, bye.